I woke in a San Francisco hospital, the sterile air thick with antiseptic, my body a canvas of bruises from a freeway crash that nearly ended me. Pain seared my ribs. Each breath a sharp reminder of the chaos I'd survived on that fog-drenched California night. My trembling fingers clutched Emily's locket. Her tiny photo of fragile bridge to a daughter stolen by a sudden fever years ago. Despair settled like coastal mist, heavy and unyielding. My billionaire's empire meaningless against the screams I'd heard. Sarah, Liam, Chloe, Lily, trapped in a burning apartment near the wreckage. Their cries haunted me, rooting me to that fiery moment when I'd acted without reason, driven by a force I couldn't name. I shut my eyes, willing the pain to fade, but their voices lingered, vivid as the redwoods' ancient whispers beyond the city's edge. A nurse approached, her face etched with quiet fatigue, and slipped a folded note into my hand. "Found this in your jacket," she said softly, her gaze carrying a weight that stirred my restless heart. The note's presence sparked a curiosity, like waves crashing against the Golden Gate's base, urging me to unfold its mystery. I hesitated, Emily's locket warm against my skin, its faint gleam a reminder of a loss I'd never faced, pushing me to confront the truth of what I'd done in that inferno. The note scrawl struck like lightning. "You saved them. They lived because of you." My heart surged, memories flooding back in a torrent. I defied the firefighters' desperate shouts, plunging into the inferno to carry Lily first, her small body trembling in my arms, then Chloe, Liam, and Sarah. Each step a battle through heat and smoke. Instinct, not courage, drove me, Emily's shadow woven into every frantic move. The locket burned in my palm, her smile a silent call to keep going. I pressed the call button, voice hoarse, demanding to know where they were. The nurse paused, her eyes searching mine, then said, "They're here, but it's complicated." Her words ignited a fragile hope, like starlight piercing San Francisco's fog, pulling me from grief's suffocating tide. I wasn't their savior, I was a man unmoored, grasping for meaning in a life I built to flee pain. The hospital's sterile hum faded, replaced by the distant roar of the Pacific, calling me to face the choice I'd made. Their survival tethered me to something raw, a thread I couldn't cut, though I didn't yet understand why I'd risked everything. Emily's locket, heavy with memory, urged me forward, its warmth a guide through the haze of my own brokenness, daring me to seek the lives now entwined with mine. A firefighter appeared at my door, his face carved with soot and reverence, his presence like a gust through coastal pines. "You shouldn't have survived that fire," he said, voice low and steady, "but you changed their stars." He tossed me a singed drawing lilies, a family beneath a starry sky, then vanished into the hospital's dim corridor. My hand shook, holding her art, its simple lines alive with a warmth I'd long forgotten. Like wind weaving through sequoias, it stirred a purpose I couldn't yet name, a spark in the ashes of my heart. The locket's weight softened, Emily's presence less a wound, more a beacon guiding me forward. I wasn't ready to believe in redemption, but the drawing stars shone, fragile as dawn breaking over the Pacific, daring me to see beyond my pain. Their light echoed the redwood's quiet strength, whispering of roots that endure beneath the earth. I traced the drawing's edges, each line a fragile thread to a family I didn't yet know, a future I couldn't yet grasp. The hospital room, cold and clinical, felt less like a cage, its walls softening under the weight of a possibility I'd never dared to imagine, pulling me toward a path where loss might yield to something new. Discharged from the hospital, I returned to my Silicon Valley mansion, a glass citadel perched above the Pacific's restless tides. Silence choked the air, no laughter, no warmth, only the sterile hum of smart devices echoing through vast, empty halls. Emily's absence clung like fog over the redwoods, her crayon drawings, pinned in my study, faded under time's relentless march. My wealth, once a shield, now caged me, trapping me in memories of her death, a sudden fever, a sterile ward, then nothing. The locket in my pocket burned, heavy with grief, yet it tethered me to Sarah, Liam, Chloe, and Lily, their faces haunting my quiet moments. Why had I saved them? The ocean's distant roar offered no answers, only a restless ache to understand my hollowed heart. I wandered the mansion's cold corridors, a billionaire adrift in an empire of glass and steel. My life a monument to solitude. Emily's smile, frozen in the locket, whispered of a daughter I'd failed, her loss a wound I'd buried beneath success. The note from the hospital, "You saved them," weighed on me, a mystery I couldn't unravel. The redwoods beyond my windows stood ancient, their roots deep in earth I'd never touched, urging me to face the emptiness I'd built and the lives now pulling me back. That night's chaos replayed in vivid flashes, the freeway crash, the apartment's inferno. My reckless sprint through flames to save Lily first, her trembling frame light in my arms, then Chloe, Liam, and Sarah. Why had I risked it all? Emily's death had carved me empty, leaving a man who built empires to flee pain, not forge bonds. Their survival stirred something raw, a thread I couldn't sever, though its meaning eluded me. The mansion's glass walls reflected my face, a stranger's, etched with grief I'd never confronted. My life was a machine, precise, controlled, barren. The Pacific's rhythm pulsed outside, steady as a heartbeat, calling me to question if I'd saved them to fill the void Emily left. My solitude, once a refuge, now crushed me, heavier than the rubble I'd climbed through that night. The hospital's words, "They need you," echoed, a challenge I didn't grasp. I wasn't their hero. I was a man lost, seeking purpose in a world I'd abandoned. Lily's drawing, singed and fragile, lay on my desk, its starry family a mirror to my longing. The redwood's shadows stretched long, whispering of roots that endure, pushing me to reach for a connection I didn't yet know how to hold. A step toward a life I'd forsaken. At my desk, I traced the edges of Lily's drawing, its simple lines cracking the ice around my heart. My empire, built to escape pain, had only deepened the wound. A fortress of wealth that couldn't shield me from loss. I craved purpose, not gratitude, but didn't know how to care for Sarah's family. The redwoods beyond my window stood tall, their branches swaying in the coastal wind, whispering of endurance and unseen roots. I dialed the hospital, voice unsteady, asking about them, the first act of a man waking from a long, cold sleep. The nurse's pause was a chasm, but her words, "They're with social services, but they need stability," lit a spark. I wasn't ready to hope, but the drawing's stars gleamed like possibilities. Fragile yet persistent. The locket, warm in my hand, felt less like a chain, more like a guide. The mansion, once a tomb, began to shift, its sterile edges softening under a longing I'd buried. The Pacific's distant crash pulsed, urging me toward a path I couldn't yet see, a future where loss might yield to something new. I stood, Lily's drawing in hand, and felt the first stirrings of a life I might reclaim, rooted in a choice to care, however uncertainly, for those I'd saved. I stood outside the Silicon Valley Community Center, its glass doors reflecting the dawn's pale light, my heart unsteady from the hospital's call. They directed me here, where Sarah and her children were temporarily sheltered after the fire. My hand gripped Emily's locket, its weight a reminder of why I'd come, to understand the lives I'd saved. The coastal fog hung low, like a veil over the redwoods, mirroring the uncertainty clouding my mind. Why was I drawn to them? A woman emerged, her face weary but fierce, her eyes locking onto mine with a guarded intensity. "You're the one who pulled us out," she said, voice low, her words cutting through the morning's quiet. Sarah, I realized, her presence grounding yet unsettling, like the Pacific's tides meeting the shore. She didn't thank me. Instead, her gaze held questions I couldn't answer. We sat on a bench, the air thick with unspoken pain, her hands clasped tight, as if holding her world together. "I lost my husband, David. 2 years ago," she said softly, her voice cracking like dry earth. Her words stirred my own grief, Emily's absence echoing in the silence between us. The redwoods loomed nearby, their ancient whispers urging me to listen, to share, though I wasn't ready to bare my soul. Sarah's strength, raw and unpolished, left a mark, like footprints in coastal sand, pulling me toward a connection I didn't yet grasp. Sarah spoke of her children, Lily's drawings, Liam's quiet anger, Chloe's restless curiosity, and I saw them through her eyes, vivid as the stars in Lily's art. I held her drawing, singed but whole, and showed it to her, my voice halting. This kept me awake, I admitted, the locket warm against my chest. Emily's memory nudging me to speak. Sarah's eyes softened, a flicker of trust breaking through her walls, like sunlight piercing fog. "Lily sees things others don't," she said, her words heavy with love and loss. We didn't probe each other's wounds, but her story of survival, raising 3 kids alone, now homeless from the fire, mirrored my own isolation. Though my prison was wealth, not want. The community center buzzed faintly, its warmth a contrast to my mansion's cold glass. I wanted to help, but words felt hollow. My billionaire's instincts useless against her pride. We don't need pity, she said, standing, her voice firm yet fragile, like a wave cresting before it breaks. She left me on the bench, her silhouette fading into the fog, but her presence lingered, a seed planted in barren soil. The redwoods stood sentinel, their roots unseen but enduring, whispering of a bond forming. Fragile as dawn's light, urging me to follow a path I couldn't yet name, toward a purpose rooted in shared pain. I brought Sarah and her children, Lily, Liam, Chloe, to my Silicon Valley mansion, its glass walls gleaming under the morning's coastal light. The hospital had released them, and social services, swayed by my name and a lawyer's plea, granted temporary guardianship. My heart pounded, uncertain, as their footsteps echoed in halls once silent, their presence jarring yet vital, like spring breaking through winter's frost. Sarah's eyes, still guarded, scanned the sterile opulence, her silence louder than words. I showed them to guest rooms, their small bags stark against the mansion's excess, a contrast that stung like salt on a wound. Lily clutched a crayon, her tiny hand trembling, and I knelt, offering her a blank page from my desk. Draw something, I said, my voice softer than I'd meant. She smiled, hesitant, and began sketching stars, her innocence piercing my guarded heart like sunlight through redwoods. Sarah watched, her tension easing slightly, a faint warmth in her gaze. The Pacific's distant pulse hummed beyond the windows, echoing the shift within me. I didn't know how to be their anchor, but their presence softened the mansion's cold edges, like moss creeping over stone. I'll check on you tomorrow, I said, the words a fragile bridge, not a promise, but a step toward a connection I hadn't dared to imagine, rooted in a shared, unspoken hope. In the kitchen, I fumbled with a coffee maker, its sleek design mocking my inexperience with simple acts of care. Sarah joined me, her movement steady, guiding my hands to brew a pot. Her touch brief but grounding, like earth beneath bare feet. We didn't speak of David or Emily, but the silence held a quiet understanding, a shared weight of loss that needed no words. Chloe wandered in, her curiosity bright, asking about the mansion's gadgets, her questions sparking a laugh I hadn't heard in years. I showed her a smart panel, her delight easing the knot in my chest, like a breeze through coastal pines. Liam lingered at the doorway, his eyes wary, but he nodded when I offered him a soda, a small gesture that felt like a victory. Sarah's faint smile, fleeting as dawn's first light, warmed the room, transforming its sterility into something alive. The locket in my pocket felt lighter. Emily's memory not a chain but a guide, urging me to stay. I'll be around, I said, my voice steady, the words a vow to return, to try. The redwood's shadows stretched long, their whispers of resilience echoing the fragile bond forming, a connection born from small acts, pulling us toward a future where pain might weave something new. Each morning, I found myself at the kitchen counter, brewing coffee as Sarah joined me, her quiet presence steadying my unsteady hands. No explanation brought her there. She simply appeared, like dawn creeping over the Pacific, her movements calm as she showed me how to grind beans just right. We worked in silence, the hum of the machine blending with the coastal wind outside, a rhythm that softened the mansion's sterile air. Lily wandered in, clutching her crayons, and I slid a fresh page her way, watching her draw stars with a focus that mirrored Emily's long ago. Her small smile warmed me, like sunlight filtering through redwoods, easing the ache in my chest. I fixed a sandwich for Liam, his nod less guarded each day, a crack in his armor I didn't push. Chloe's questions about my tech gadgets filled the air, her curiosity a spark that lit the room, like fireflies over a coastal meadow. Sarah's faint nod approved, her eyes less wary, a tide turning gently. These small acts, coffee, crayons, nods, wove a fragile thread through my solitude, their presence a balm to my grief. The locket in my pocket felt lighter, Emily's memory guiding me to stay. The redwoods outside whispered endurance, their roots unseen but strong, urging me to keep showing up, to build something real from these quiet moments. Evenings brought us to the mansion's garden, where I helped Sarah plant herbs, our hands brushing earth as we worked under the fading light. She didn't ask why I was there, just knelt beside me, her silence a steady anchor, like the Pacific's tide meeting the shore. I repaired a broken sprinkler for Chloe, her laughter bright as she tested it, water arcing like a promise in the dusk. Liam joined us, hesitant, raking leaves with a focus that hid his pain, and I handed him a tool, our shared task a silent bridge. Lily sat nearby, sketching the garden's blooms. Her drawings piling up beside Emily's in my study, their colors blending like roots entwining underground. Sarah's gaze met mine, a flicker of warmth breaking through, like starlight piercing fog. These moments, planting, fixing, sketching, felt small but heavy, each one a step toward a family I didn't yet understand. My mansion, once a cold fortress, hummed with their voices, its glass walls reflecting life instead of emptiness. The locket's warmth urged me on, Emily's presence a guide, not a chain. I said little, but my actions spoke, a quiet vow to return each day. The redwood shadows stretched long, their whispers of resilience echoing the bond growing, fragile yet fierce, pulling us toward a shared healing I couldn't yet name. By week's end, these routines, coffee, gardening, small repairs, felt like rituals, binding us in ways words couldn't. Sarah cooked dinner one night, her hands steady as she chopped vegetables, and I set the table. Clumsy but earnest, her faint smile a beacon in the dusk. Chloe taught me a card game, her laughter easing the mansion's sterile air, while Liam watched, his guard lowering, joining us for a round. Lily gave me a drawing, a family under a redwood canopy, its lines alive with hope, mirroring Emily's art in my heart. I hung it beside her locket in my study, their presence entwined, like tides meeting the shore. Sarah's quiet, "Thank you," carried weight, not gratitude but trust, like earth holding roots. The Pacific's distant crash pulsed outside, a rhythm matching my heart's stirrings, urging me to stay present. My life, once a machine of isolation, began to shift, its edges softening under their voices' warmth. I didn't know how to be their family, but these acts, small, repeated, real, wove us closer, a tapestry of shared scars. "I'll be here tomorrow," I said, my voice steady, a pledge born of instinct. The redwoods stood tall, their ancient strength whispering of bonds that endure, guiding me toward a future where pain might bloom into something whole, rooted in our quiet, growing trust. Lily sat beside me in my Silicon Valley study, her crayons dancing across paper, her small voice humming a tune that echoed Emily's long ago. Each day, she sought me out, her trust a fragile gift. Like dew on coastal ferns, stirring warmth in my guarded heart. "This is for you," she said, handing me a drawing of a family under a starry sky, her eyes bright with hope. I froze. The locket in my pocket pulsing, Emily's memory surfacing, sharp yet soft. I hung Lily's art beside Emily's, their lines entwining like roots beneath redwoods, a bridge across my grief. Liam lingered nearby, his silence less hostile, watching as I explained a circuit board he'd found in my workshop. His nod, cautious but real, felt like a crack in stone, letting light through. Chloe bounded in, her questions about my drones relentless, her laughter filling the room, like wind through coastal pines. We were a makeshift family, our moments fleeting but vivid, like tides carving the shore. Sarah watched from the doorway, her gaze softer, a quiet approval that anchored me. The Pacific's distant rhythm hummed outside, urging me forward. But hope scared me, its fragility too much like Emily's loss. Yet Lily's humming, pure and unburdened, pulled me back, a whisper of healing I couldn't ignore, guiding me toward a bond one was afraid to claim. One evening, Liam joined me in the garage, his hands steady as we tinkered with a broken robot, our shared focus a silent truce. Like earth settling after a storm. He spoke of his dad, David, a mechanic, his voice low but clear, a door creaking open. I shared a memory of Emily building a toy car, my words halting. The locket warm against my chest, her presence guiding me to listen. Liam's eyes met mine, a flicker of understanding, like starlight piercing fog. Chloe dragged us to the living room, insisting we watch her play a piano piece, her notes clumsy but earnest, echoing Emily's old melodies. Lily curled beside me, her latest drawing, a redwood grove with 5 figures, pressed into my hands, its innocence cutting through my fear. "That's us," she whispered, her trust a tide I couldn't resist. Sarah joined us, her smile faint but real, the mansion's sterile air warmed by their voices. These moments, tinkering, playing, drawing, felt like family, a shape I hadn't known since Emily. The redwoods outside stood tall, their whispers of endurance urging me to embrace this fragile hope. But doubt lingered, heavy as coastal mist, warning me that joy could shatter again. Still, Lily's drawing, vibrant and sure, held me fast, its roots deep in my heart, pushing me to stay, to heal through their gentle presence. As night deepened, we gathered in the kitchen, the children's laughter mingling with Sarah's quiet hum as we made popcorn, a scene so ordinary yet profound, like stars blooming over the Pacific. Chloe challenged Liam to a card game. Her giggles infectious, pulling him into a grin, a rare light in his guarded face. Lily leaned against me, her drawing book open, sketching our evening, her trust a balm to my scars. I touched the locket, Emily's memory not a weight but a guide, urging me to savor this warmth. Sarah's hand brushed mine as we passed bowls, her touch brief but steady, like earth beneath roots. We sat together, the mansion's glass walls reflecting our makeshift family, no longer cold but alive with their light. The redwood shadows stretched outside, their ancient strength mirroring the bond growing within me. Hope flickered, fragile as dawn's first rays, and I feared its loss, the pain of Emily's absence still raw. Yet these children, Lily's art, Liam's words, Chloe's music, wove a thread through my solitude, strong as coastal tides. "You're good at this," Sarah said softly, her words a quiet anchor. I smiled, hesitant. The Pacific's pulse echoing my heart's resolve to stay. Their presence, small but steady, was healing me, rooting me in a life I dared to hope might last, despite my trembling heart. Late one evening, Sarah and I sat in my Silicon Valley study, the mansion quiet save for the Pacific's distant pulse beyond the glass. The children slept, their drawings, Lily's stars, Chloe's sketches scattered across my desk, mingling with Emily's faded art. I held the locket, its weight familiar, and Sarah's gaze, steady like coastal earth, invited me to speak. Emily was 5. I began, my voice rough, taken by a fever no doctor could stop. The words cracked open a wound I buried, each memory, her laugh, her tiny hands, sharp as redwood thorns. Sarah listened, her silence a tide holding my grief. She loved drawing stars, I said, tracing Lily's art, their lines entwining like roots across time. Sarah's eyes glistened, her own pain surfacing. And she spoke of David, her voice soft but raw. "He was a mechanic, always fixing things," she said, her hands clasped tight, as if holding his memory close. His death in a car accident had shattered her world, leaving her to raise 3 kids alone. Our losses mirrored, like waves meeting the shore, binding us in shared sorrow. The redwoods outside whispered endurance, their shadows long and steady. I feared this openness, its vulnerability echoing Emily's loss, but Sarah's presence anchored me. A quiet strength urging me to stay, to heal through words we'd both kept locked away. Sarah's story deepened as moonlight spilled through the window, her words painting David's life, his love for Liam's baseball games, his patience with Chloe's questions. I saw her grief, raw like coastal fog, and shared more of Emily, her bedtime stories. Her toy cars, moments I'd sealed away. The locket warmed in my hand, Emily's memory not a scar but a guide, urging me to open further. I stopped living after she died, I admitted, my voice trembling, the mansion's sterile air softening with truth. Sarah nodded, her eyes reflecting my pain, and spoke of her own darkness after David. Nights spent fearing for her children's future. We didn't solve our wounds, but naming them felt like planting seeds in barren soil, a step toward light. Lily's drawing lay between us, its starry family a silent witness to our shared vulnerability. The Pacific's rhythm pulsed outside, steady as a heartbeat, mirroring the bond forming, fragile yet fierce. I wanted to shield Sarah's family, but fear lingered. Hope could break again, like driftwood on the shore. Yet her steady gaze, like earth beneath roots, held me fast. They'd have liked each other, she said of Emily and David, a quiet bridge across our losses. The redwoods' whispers urged me forward, their strength echoing our tentative trust, guiding me toward a healing I was beginning to believe might take root. As dawn neared, our voices softened, the study glowing with a warmth I hadn't known since Emily's laughter filled these walls. Sarah touched Lily's drawing, her fingers lingering, and I opened the locket, showing Emily's photo, her smile alive in the dim light. "She loved Lily's stars," I said, my heart aching yet light, like fog lifting over the Pacific. Sarah smiled, faint but real, and shared a photo of David, his grin warm, a man who'd built a life now carried in her children's eyes. Our stories wove together. Like redwoods entwining underground, their roots unseen but strong. The children's presence, Lily's art, Liam's nod, Chloe's music, had opened this door, their trust a tide pulling us to share. I feared this hope, its fragility like Emily's final days, but Sarah's quiet strength, her willingness to speak of David, gave me courage. The mansion, once a tomb, felt alive. Its glass reflecting our shared pain and possibility. "We keep going for them," Sarah said, her voice steady, a vow for her children and, I sensed, for me. The redwoods stood tall outside, their ancient whispers of resilience echoing our bond, fragile as dawn's first light. I nodded, the locket a guide, not a chain, urging me to embrace this shared healing. A path where our losses might bloom into something whole, rooted in trust. In my Silicon Valley kitchen, a pan sparked on the stove, a faint pop shattering the morning's calm, and Sarah froze. Her eyes wide with terror. The acrid smell of burning oil filled the air, pulling her back to the fire that stole her home, her breath shallow, like a tide caught in a storm. I recognized the panic. Emily's fevered nights had taught me its grip, and gently took her hand, grounding her, like earth beneath redwoods. "Breathe with me," I said, my voice steady, guiding her through slow inhales, the way I'd soothed myself after Emily's loss. Her trembling eased, her gaze finding mine, a fragile trust blooming through the fog of fear. Lily ran in, clutching a drawing, her voice soft. "Mama, it's okay," her innocence a beacon, like starlight over the Pacific. I turned off the stove, the spark gone, but Sarah's haunted eyes lingered, mirroring my own buried pain. We sat at the table, Lily coloring beside us, her crayons a quiet rhythm, like waves lapping the shore. Sarah whispered, "I thought I'd lost them again." Her vulnerability raw, a wound we now shared. The redwoods outside stood tall, their whispers urging resilience, binding us closer. I feared this intimacy, its weight like Emily's absence. But Lily's drawing, a family under a moon, held me fast, guiding me to stay, to help Sarah heal. Sarah's hand steadied as she sipped water, her breath slower, the kitchen's air clearing, like fog lifting over coastal hills. I shared a technique I'd learned after Emily, a grounding count of 5 things seen. For touched, my voice low, anchoring her to the present. Like roots deep in earth. She followed, naming the table's grain, Lily's crayons, the locket in my pocket, her voice gaining strength. Chloe burst in, her chatter about a school project pausing as she sensed the quiet, then sat close, her presence warm, like sunlight through pines. Liam hovered at the door, his eyes soft, offering Sarah a glass of juice, a small act heavy with care, like a tide turning gently. We didn't speak of the fire or Emily, but our shared silence held a new depth. A bond forged in surviving pain. Lily's drawing grew, a redwood grove around her family, its lines vivid, echoing Emily's art, a bridge across our losses. The Pacific's pulse hummed outside, steady as our growing trust, urging me to keep this fragile connection. I feared its fragility, the risk of loss looming like coastal mist, but Sarah's faint nod, grateful yet proud, anchored me. "You're good at this," she said, echoing her words from nights before, a quiet vow. The redwood shadows stretched, their strength mirroring our bond, pushing me toward a healing I dared to believe might endure. As evening fell, we gathered in the living room, the mansion's glass walls reflecting our quiet togetherness. No longer cold, but alive with warmth. Sarah sat beside me, her presence steady, like earth holding roots, as Lily showed us her finished drawing, 5 figures under redwoods, their hands linked. "That's us," she said, her voice bright, piercing my heart with hope I feared to hold. I opened the locket, Emily's smile gleaming, and told Lily she'd love your trees, my voice soft, blending past and present, like tides meeting the shore. Chloe played a gentle piano tune, her notes weaving through the room, while Liam joined us, his guard lower, a smile flickering as he teased Chloe's tempo. Sarah's hand brushed mine, a fleeting touch, grounding like coastal sand, her eyes reflecting a strength reborn from our morning's crisis. The fire's echo had shaken her, but our shared support, my words, the children's care, had held her fast, a family forming through pain. The redwoods outside glowed under starlight, their ancient whispers of endurance echoing our bond, fragile yet fierce. I feared this hope, its weight like Emily's memory, but their presence, Lily's art, Sarah's trust, The children's warmth was a tide I couldn't resist. "We'll be okay," I said, my voice steady, a pledge to stay. The Pacific's rhythm pulsed, guiding me toward a future where our shared scars might bloom into something whole, rooted deep in love. In my Silicon Valley mansion, I transformed a sunlit room into an art studio for Sarah. Its walls lined with canvases and paints, a quiet offering to ease her scars. The space glowed like dawn over the Pacific, its warmth a contrast to the sterile halls I'd once roamed alone. Sarah hesitated at the door, her eyes wary yet curious, like a tide testing the shore. "You didn't have to," she said, her voice soft but edged, pride wrestling with gratitude. I shrugged, the locket in my pocket warm, Emily's memory urging me to give without expectation. She stepped in, her fingers tracing brushes, and began painting, her strokes tentative, like roots seeking earth. Lily joined her, crayons in hand, sketching beside her mother, their colors blending like redwood shadows at dusk. I watched, my heart stirring, the room alive with their quiet focus. Sarah's canvas took shape, a figure in flames, strong yet broken, its lines raw as coastal cliffs. "It's you," she said, meeting my gaze, her words a bridge across our shared pain. The Pacific's pulse hummed outside, echoing the trust growing, fragile yet fierce. I feared this closeness, its weight like Emily's absence, but the studio's light, warm as sunlight through sequoias, held me fast, urging me to stay, to heal through Sarah's art and the bond it was weaving between us. Sarah's painting evolved over days, the figure, me, she'd said, gaining depth. Its eyes reflecting both fire and calm, like the ocean after a storm. I brought her coffee each morning, a small ritual, my hands steadier now, the act grounding us like earth beneath roots. She spoke little, but her brushstrokes told stories of David's loss, her children's resilience, her own fight to rebuild. I shared a memory of Emily, her love for painting stars, my voice halting as I hung Lily's latest drawing beside Sarah's canvas, their art entwining like tides meeting sand. Chloe wandered in, her curiosity sparking as she mixed paints, her laughter bright, like sunlight piercing coastal fog. Liam lingered, his guard lower, asking about brush techniques, his interest a crack in his armor, like a wave smoothing stone. Sarah's painting, now titled The Rescuer, captured a man I barely recognized, strong, yet scarred, a mirror to my buried self. The studio became our haven, its walls alive with color. No longer cold, but warm with purpose. The redwoods outside whispered endurance, their branches swaying in the coastal breeze, urging me to embrace this bond. I feared its fragility, the risk of loss looming like mist, but Sarah's steady gaze, her art's truth, anchored me. "You're more than you think," she said, her words a quiet vow, guiding me toward a healing rooted in our shared creation. By week's end, the studio glowed with Sarah's finished painting, its figure standing tall amidst flames, a testament to survival. Like redwood's enduring fire, I stood beside her, the locket warm, Emily's presence a guide, not a chain, as I traced the canvas's lines, seeing myself through her eyes. Lily added a star to her drawing, pinning it beside The Rescuer, her trust a tide pulling me closer to their family. Chloe and Liam joined us, their voices mingling. The room a symphony of color and connection, like starlight over the Pacific. Sarah's hand brushed mine, a fleeting touch, steady as coastal earth, her smile faint but real, reflecting a trust we built stroke by stroke. The mansion, once a tomb, pulsed with life, its glass walls no longer barriers but windows to a new beginning. I feared this hope, its weight like Emily's memory, but the studio's warmth, the children's laughter, and Sarah's art held me fast, a tapestry of shared scars. "This is home," Lily said, her voice bright, her words echoing the redwood's whispers of roots that endure. I nodded, my heart trembling yet resolved, the Pacific's rhythm urging me forward. The painting, vibrant and true, was a mirror to our healing, a bond forged in creation, guiding us toward a future where pain might bloom into something whole, rooted deep in trust. In my Silicon Valley workshop, I invited Liam to join me, the air humming with tools and the Pacific's distant pulse beyond the glass. His eyes, still guarded, flickered with curiosity as I spread out parts for a robot, a project I'd shelved since Emily's death. "Let's build something," I said, my voice steady, the locket in my pocket warm, urging me to reach him. Liam hesitated, then picked up a motor. His hand steady like his father David's, Sarah had said. We worked side by side, sorting circuits, our silence comfortable, like earth settling under redwoods. His questions sharp. Mechanical, echoed David's skill, a bridge to a past he rarely shared. I showed him a blueprint, my fingers tracing lines, explaining gears as he nodded, a crack in his armor. Like sunlight through coastal fog. Sarah watched from the door, her gaze soft, approving, a tide turning gently. Lily sat nearby, sketching our robot, her crayons vibrant as starlight. While Chloe tested a drone, her laughter brightening the room. This collaboration, small but deliberate, wove us closer, like roots entwining underground. The mansion's sterile hum faded, replaced by purpose, a family taking shape. I feared this hope, its fragility like Emily's memory, but Liam's focus, steady as the Pacific's rhythm, anchored me, urging me to build not just a robot, but a bond that might endure. As days passed, our robot grew, wheels, sensors, a frame. Each piece a step toward trust, like waves carving the shore. Liam took charge, his confidence blooming, suggesting tweaks to the code, his voice clearer, like a stream breaking through stone. I shared a story of Emily, how she'd loved watching me tinker, her giggles filling this workshop years ago. Liam listened, then spoke of David teaching him to fix bikes, his words halting but real, a door opening, like fog lifting over coastal hills. We soldered wires, our hands moving in sync, the task a silent vow to keep building. Sarah brought coffee, her presence grounding, while Lily's drawings piled up, robots under redwoods. Us together, her trust a beacon, like starlight over the Pacific. Chloe joined, programming the robot's lights, her ideas sparking Liam's grin, a rare warmth. The workshop, once a tomb, pulsed with life, its tools no longer relics but tools of connection. The redwoods outside whispered endurance, their branches swaying in the coastal breeze, urging me to embrace this fragile bond. I feared its weight, the risk of loss like Emily's absence, but Liam's steady gaze, his hands mirroring mine, held me fast. It's gonna work, he said, his voice firm, a pledge echoing my own resolve, guiding us toward a family rooted in shared effort and healing. By week's end, our robot rolled across the workshop floor, its lights flashing, a triumph small but profound, like dawn breaking over the Pacific. Liam's smile, broad and unguarded, lit the room, a mirror to Emily's joy long ago. I clapped his shoulder, the locket warm, Emily's memory guiding me to stay. Sarah hugged Liam, her eyes bright, reflecting a trust we'd built piece by piece, like roots entwining under earth. Lily ran in, her latest drawing, a robot with 5 figures, pressed into my hands. Its lines vibrant, a testament to our bond. Chloe tweaked the robot's code, her laughter blending with Liam's, the mansion alive with their voices, no longer cold but warm with purpose. We stood together, watching the robot move, a family forged through sweat and scars, like redwoods enduring fire. The Pacific's rhythm pulsed outside, steady as our growing trust, urging me to hold this moment. I feared this hope, its fragility like Emily's laughter, but their presence, Liam's skill, Sarah's nod, Lily's art, Chloe's spark, was a tide I couldn't resist. Good work, I said, my voice steady, a vow to keep building. The redwoods stood tall, their whispers of resilience echoing our bond, fragile yet fierce, guiding us toward a future where pain might weave something whole, rooted in our shared creation and love. In a Silicon Valley community center, the social worker's office buzzed with tension, its fluorescent lights stark against the Pacific's distant pulse outside. Victoria, my former business partner, stood before the panel, her voice sharp, accusing me of exploiting Sarah's family for redemption, her words slicing like coastal wind through redwoods. Sarah sat beside me, her hands clasped, eyes steady but tense, like earth bracing for a storm. Lily clung to her, Chloe fidgeted, and Liam's gaze burned, his trust in me wavering. The locket in my pocket warmed, Emily's memory urging me to speak. They're my purpose, I said, my voice rising, raw with truth. I pulled them from fire, not for glory, but because I couldn't walk away. I told of our days, Lily's drawings, Liam's robot, Sarah's painting, each moment a root taking hold, like sequoias enduring fire. Victoria scoffed, her eyes cold, but the panel listened, their faces softening, like fog lifting over the ocean. Sarah's hand brushed mine, a fleeting anchor, her presence steadying my trembling heart. The children's eyes met mine, their trust fragile but real, a tide pulling me to fight. I feared this exposure, its weight like Emily's loss, but their faces, Sarah's strength, Lily's hope, held me fast, urging me to claim this family. The redwoods' whispers echoed outside, their resilience guiding me to stand firm, to prove our bond was no act but a life reborn. Victoria pressed harder, her voice a blade, questioning my motives, my past isolation, my fitness to care for Sarah's children. She painted me as a recluse, a billionaire hiding guilt, her words stinging like salt on coastal cliffs. I stood, the locket pulsing, Emily's smile steadying me, and spoke of the fire, the screams that drove me into flames, not for fame but instinct, raw and human. They're my family now, I declared, my voice unwavering, each word a vow carved in earth. I shared our nights, coffee with Sarah, Chloe's piano, Liam's robot humming to life, moments weaving us together, like roots beneath redwoods. The social worker's eyes warmed, noting Lily's drawing in my hand, a family under stars, its lines vivid, a testament to our bond. Sarah nodded, her gaze fierce, her silence louder than Victoria's accusations, like the Pacific's roar drowning out doubt. Liam stepped forward, his voice low, he's not faking, his trust a spark, like sunlight through fog. Chloe gripped my sleeve, her defiance bright, while Lily's small hand found mine, her courage a tide I couldn't resist. Victoria faltered, her arguments brittle against our truth, like driftwood on the shore. I feared this hope, its fragility like Emily's absence, but their presence, Sarah's resolve, the children's faith anchored me, urging me to fight for a future rooted in love, not doubt. The panel deliberated, their voices low, the room heavy with anticipation, like coastal air before dawn. Victoria left, her eyes narrowed, her challenge fading like mist over the Pacific. Sarah squeezed my hand, her touch grounding, like earth beneath sequoias, her trust a quiet vow. The social worker returned, her face calm, granting me continued guardianship, their words a lifeline, like starlight guiding ships home. Liam's shoulders relaxed, a smile flickering, his robot project a bridge we built together, now stronger than doubt. Chloe hugged Sarah, her energy bright, while Lily pressed her drawing into my hands, its stars glowing, a mirror to our family's hope. I opened the locket, Emily's smile blending with theirs, her memory not a weight but a guide, urging me to hold this bond. The community center's hum softened, its walls no longer stark but warm with our victory. Like redwoods enduring storms, we stepped outside, the Pacific's rhythm pulsing, a heartbeat echoing our shared resolve. I feared this joy, its fragility like Emily's laughter. But their presence, Sarah's strength, Liam's trust, Chloe's spark, Lily's art, was a tide I couldn't deny. We're staying together, I said, my voice steady, a pledge rooted deep. The redwoods stood tall, their whispers of resilience binding us, guiding us toward a future where scars might weave something whole, a family forged in fire and love. In my Silicon Valley mansion's living room, Chloe sat at the old piano, its keys dusty from years of silence since Emily's laughter faded. The Pacific's distant pulse hummed outside, a rhythm urging me to share my past. Try this, I said, placing Emily's favorite sheet music, a gentle classical piece, before Chloe, my voice soft, the locket in my pocket warm. Her fingers hesitated, then traced the notes, her curiosity bright, like sunlight through coastal redwoods. We played together, my hands guiding hers, the melody weaving past and present, like roots entwining underground. Each note stirred Emily's memory, her tiny hands on these keys. Yet Chloe's focus, vibrant and alive, softened the ache, like a tide smoothing stone. Sarah watched from the couch, Lily coloring beside her, their presence grounding, like earth beneath sequoias. Liam leaned against the wall, his nod subtle but real, a bridge built through our robot project. The music swelled, a duet of loss and hope, filling the mansion with warmth, no longer sterile but alive. I feared this joy, its fragility like Emily's final days, but Chloe's grin, bright as starlight, held me fast, urging me to blend my past with their present. The redwoods' whispers echoed outside, their resilience guiding me to embrace this moment, a harmony where grief might yield to love. Rooted in our shared song, Chloe practiced daily, her notes steadier, the piano's voice waking the mansion, like dawn breaking over the Pacific. I joined her each evening, our duet growing. Emily's piece a thread connecting her memory to Chloe's energy, like waves meeting the shore. "She'd like this," I told Chloe, my voice cracking, showing her Emily's photo in the locket. Her smile mirrored in Chloe's eyes. She nodded, her fingers dancing, the music a balm to my scars, like coastal fog lifting to reveal clear skies. Sarah brought tea, her gaze warm, reflecting our shared grief from nights past, her trust a quiet anchor. Lily added a drawing to the piano, a family playing music under stars, its colors vibrant, entwining with Emily's art in my heart. Liam tinkered nearby, adjusting a speaker to amplify Chloe's tune, his skill a testament to our robot's triumph, his presence steady, like earth beneath roots. The living room, once a tomb, pulsed with life, its glass walls reflecting our harmony, not isolation. I feared this hope, its weight like Emily's absence, but Chloe's melody, pure and fierce, pulled me forward. A tide I couldn't resist. "Keep playing," I said, my voice steady, a vow to hold this bond. The redwoods outside stood tall, their whispers urging resilience, guiding us toward a future where past and present might weave something whole, rooted in our song. One night, our duet filled the mansion, Chloe's notes soaring, Emily's piece alive again. Like starlight over the Pacific, binding us in shared creation. Sarah joined us, her voice humming softly, a harmony blending with ours, like tides meeting coastal sand. Lily danced, her drawing scattered, stars and redwoods vibrant, her joy a beacon, like sunlight through sequoias. Liam sat close, his smile rare but real. The robots hum in the background, a reminder of our shared work, his trust a steady current. I played on, the locket warm, Emily's presence not a wound but a guide. Her laughter echoing in Chloe's grin, their spirits entwined, like roots deep in earth. The music paused, and we sat together, the mansion's walls glowing with warmth, no longer cold but a home. I feared this love, its fragility like Emily's memory, but their faces, Sarah's trust, Chloe's spark, Liam's nod, Lily's dance, held me fast, a family forged through song and scars. "We sound good," Chloe said, her voice bright, a truth echoing the redwoods' whispers of endurance. I nodded, my heart full, the Pacific's rhythm pulsing, urging me to stay. Our duet, a blend of past and present, was a testament to healing, a bond rooted in shared notes, guiding us toward a future where loss might bloom into something whole, a family woven in love and music. In my Silicon Valley mansion, Sarah and I prepared breakfast, the kitchen alive with the Pacific's distant pulse and the children's chatter. Lily spilled juice, her giggle bright, and I wiped the counter as Sarah smiled. Our hands moving in sync, like roots entwining under redwoods. No walls stood between us, our shared care for her children a quiet dance, like tides meeting the shore. I helped Chloe with her math homework, her pencil scratching as Sarah braided Lily's hair, our efforts blending seamlessly, warm as sunlight through coastal pines. Liam asked for tools to fix his bike, and I joined him, our hands greasy, his trust steady now, like earth after our robot's triumph. The locket in my pocket glowed, Emily's memory guiding me. Not a weight, but a spark, urging me to nurture this family. The dining room, once silent, rang with laughter, the mansion's glass walls reflecting our togetherness, no longer cold but vibrant. Sarah's eyes met mine, a flicker of gratitude, like starlight over the ocean, mirroring my own. We tucked Lily into bed, her drawing of us pinned above, a family under stars, its lines vivid. I feared this joy, its fragility like Emily's laughter, but their presence, Sarah's warmth, the children's trust, held me fast, a tide I couldn't resist. The redwoods' whispers urged resilience, guiding us toward a home rooted in love, built through shared care. After dinner, Sarah and I cleaned dishes, our shoulders brushing. The kitchen warm with the scent of roasted vegetables and the Pacific's steady hum. Chloe practiced piano, her notes echoing Emily's, while Liam showed Lily how to tune her toy guitar. Their sibling bond a balm, like coastal fog softening sharp edges. I read Lily a bedtime story, her eyes heavy, Sarah beside me, her voice joining mine, a harmony like waves lapping sand. No barriers lingered, our care for the children wove us tighter, like roots deep in earth. I helped Liam with a science project, his focus sharp, his nod grateful, a far cry from his early wariness. Sarah packed Chloe's lunch, her hand steady, and I added a note. Our teamwork natural, like redwoods standing tall together. The mansion, once a sterile fortress, pulsed with life. Its halls filled with drawings, music, and laughter, a home reborn. Sarah's touch on my arm, brief but warm, carried thanks like sunlight through sequoias, reflecting my own heart's quiet joy. We sat on the porch, the children asleep, the stars above mirroring Lily's art. I feared this love, its weight like Emily's absence, but Sarah's steady gaze anchored me, a pledge to keep caring. The redwoods outside whispered endurance, their shadows guiding us toward a future where shared scars might bloom into something whole, a family rooted in trust and care. As morning broke, we gathered for pancakes, the kitchen bright with dawn's light and the Pacific's gentle rhythm, a heartbeat binding us. Lily helped mix batter, her giggles infectious, while Chloe set the table. Her chatter lively, like wind through coastal pines. Liam flipped pancakes, his grin easy, his trust in me solid, like earth beneath sequoias, forged through robots and bikes. Sarah and I moved as one, pouring juice, serving plates, our care for the children a seamless flow, like tides carving the shore. The locket warmed my chest, Emily's presence a guide. Her joy alive in their laughter, blending past with present. The dining room glowed, the mansion's glass walls no longer stark but warm, reflecting our family, a tapestry of shared moments. Sarah's smile, soft but sure, met mine, her gratitude a quiet tide, mirroring my own for their place in my life. We planned a picnic, the children's ideas tumbling out, their energy a spark. Like starlight over the ocean, I feared this happiness, its fragility like Emily's memory, but their voices, Lily's song, Chloe's tune, Liam's laugh, held me close, a bond one couldn't deny. We're good together, Sarah said, her voice steady, a truth rooted deep. The redwoods stood tall outside, their whispers urging resilience, guiding us toward a home where love might heal all wounds. A family woven in care. In my Silicon Valley dining room, the Pacific's pulse hummed beyond the glass as I offered Sarah a check to rebuild her life. A home, school fees, stability for Lily, Liam, and Chloe. Her eyes, once warm, turned sharp, like coastal wind cutting through redwoods, her voice low but fierce. We're not your charity case, she snapped, her pride a wall. The check trembling in her hand like driftwood caught in a storm. I stammered, the locket in my pocket heavy, Emily's memory urging me to explain, but my words faltered. Tangled in my billionaire's instinct to fix. I just want to help, I said, my voice raw, but Sarah saw pity, not partnership. Her pain raw from David's loss and the fire's scars. Lily's drawing on the table, a family under stars, seemed to mock our fragile bond, its lines fading in the tension. Chloe and Liam stood frozen, their trust wavering, like tides retreating from the shore. Sarah's voice rose. We don't need saving again. Her words a blade, cutting through our shared mornings. The redwoods outside stood silent, their whispers stilled, as Sarah gathered her children, their bags packed, ready to leave. I feared this rift, its weight like Emily's absence, but her anger, fierce as coastal cliffs, held me back, urging me to let her go, though my heart begged to fight for our family. Sarah's eyes blazed as she packed, her movements swift, like a wave crashing against the Pacific shore. Each motion a rejection of my offer. I followed her to the foyer, the mansion's glass walls reflecting our fractured bond, no longer warm but cold with misunderstanding. You don't get it, she said, her voice breaking. I've fought alone since David. Your money feels like chains. The locket burned, Emily's memory sharp, reminding me of my own isolation, my failure to see her pride. I wanted to bridge our pain, to say this was for us, not charity, but my words drowned in her hurt, like sand swallowed by tides. Liam clutched his tools, his trust shaken, while Chloe's eyes, once bright, dimmed, her piano silent. Lily held her drawing, her small voice asking, "Are we leaving?" A dagger to my heart. I knelt, touching her shoulder, but Sarah pulled her close, her resolve unyielding, like earth beneath redwoods. "We'll manage," she said, her tone final, a door slamming shut. The children followed her, their footsteps echoing, a tide pulling away. I stood alone, the mansion's sterility returning, like fog settling over coastal hills. I feared this loss, its weight like Emily's absence, but Sarah's strength, fierce and raw, left a mark, urging me to wait, to hope our bond might mend. rooted in shared scars. As Sarah's car faded down the drive, the Pacific's rhythm pulsed, a heartbeat mocking my empty mansion. Its walls cold without their laughter. Lily's drawing lay on the table, stars dim against the silence, a reminder of our fragile family, now broken. The locket warmed my chest. Emily's smile urging me to fight, but Sarah's words, "We don't need saving," rang louder, like wind through sequoias, fierce and unyielding. I'd meant to build, not buy, their trust, but my offer, clumsy with wealth, had shattered our bond, like driftwood on the shore. Chloe's piano notes, Liam's tools, Sarah's painting, they haunted me, their absence heavy as coastal fog. I wandered the halls. The redwoods outside silent, their whispers of resilience stilled, mirroring my doubt. Had I pushed too far, mistaking care for control? The check, meant to lift them, felt like a chain, echoing my own prison of wealth after Emily's loss. I feared this fracture, its pain like her absence, but Sarah's fire, her pride, lingered, a spark in the dark. I sat, clutching Lily's drawing. Its stars faint but persistent, like hope I dared not hold. The Pacific's pulse urged patience, a tide that might return. The mansion, once a home, stood empty, but their mark Sarah's strength. The children's trust remained, like roots beneath earth, guiding me to wait for a chance to rebuild, to prove our love was real. In my Silicon Valley mansion, the silence was deafening. The Pacific's pulse a faint echo through glass walls now cold without Sarah's family. Lily's drawing, our family under stars, lay on my desk, its colors dim, like hope fading in coastal fog. A knock startled me, and Lily stood at the door, her small frame trembling, clutching a new sketch. "Don't let us go," she whispered, her voice piercing, like wind through redwoods. Her eyes bright with tears. She handed me the drawing, 5 figures under a moon, holding hands, its lines raw, a plea from her heart. The locket in my pocket warmed, Emily's memory urging me to act. Her smile alive in Lily's courage. I knelt, my voice shaking. "I'll find you," a vow rooted deep, like earth beneath sequoias. Sarah appeared behind her, her gaze wary but soft, drawn by Lily's plea. Like a tide returning to shore. She ran back, Sarah said, her voice low, the check sting lingering but softened by her daughter's faith. Lily's drawing bridged our pain, its stars a beacon, like sunlight through pines. I feared this hope, its fragility like Emily's absence, but Lily's trust, fierce as coastal cliffs, held me fast, urging me to mend our bond. The redwoods' whispers echoed outside, their resilience guiding me to reach for Sarah, to rebuild a family rooted in love, not pride. Sarah stepped inside, the children trailing, Chloe's eyes cautious, Liam's hands tense, the mansion's air heavy, like mist over the Pacific. I held Lily's drawing, my voice steady. "I didn't mean to hurt you. The money was for us, not pity." Sarah's gaze softened, her pride yielding, like earth after rain, her hand brushing mine, a tentative anchor. "I overreacted," she admitted, her voice raw, David's loss and the fire's scars fueling her fear. Lily clung to us, her plea, "Stay together," a tide pulling us close, like roots entwining underground. I shared Emily's story, how her loss taught me to hold tight, my words halting, the locket open. Her photo gleaming. Sarah nodded, her eyes reflecting our shared grief, a bridge rebuilt through Lily's faith. Liam spoke, his voice low. "You're not like Dad, but you're here," his trust a spark. Like starlight piercing fog, Chloe hugged me, her warmth bright, restoring the mansion's pulse, no longer sterile but alive. We sat, Lily's drawing between us, its moon glowing, a symbol of our mending bond. I feared this reconciliation, its weight like Emily's memory, but their presence, Sarah's resolve, the children's trust, grounded me like coastal sand. The redwoods outside whispered endurance, urging us to start anew, a family forged through scars. "Let's try again," Sarah said, her voice firm, a vow guiding us toward healing, rooted in Lily's love. As dawn broke, we gathered in the kitchen, the Pacific's rhythm steady, like a heartbeat binding us, the mansion warm with their return. Lily helped Sarah stir pancake batter, her giggle bright, while Chloe set plates, her chatter lively, like wind through coastal pines. Liam flipped pancakes, his nod easy, his trust restored, like earth beneath sequoias. I poured juice, my hands steady beside Sarah's, our teamwork seamless, like tides carving the shore. The locket glowed, Emily's presence a guide, her joy alive in Lily's smile, weaving past with present. The dining room rang with laughter, the glass walls reflecting our family, no longer fragile but strong, a tapestry of shared pain and hope. Sarah's eyes met mine, her gratitude quiet, like starlight over the ocean, mirroring my own for their faith in me. Lily pinned her drawing above the table, its moon uniting us, a beacon of our renewed bond. I feared this love, its depth like Emily's memory, but their voices, Lily's plea, Chloe's tune, Liam's trust, held me close, a tide I couldn't deny. "We're home," Sarah said, her voice soft, a truth rooted deep. The redwoods stood tall outside, their whispers urging resilience, guiding us toward a future where scars might bloom into something whole, a family woven in trust and love, reborn through a child's heart. In my Silicon Valley mansion, the Pacific's pulse hummed softly, a rhythm guiding us as Sarah and I hung Lily's drawings along the hallway, their stars bright against the glass walls. After her plea, we'd reconciled, but trust was still fragile, like coastal fog lingering at dawn. Lily skipped beside us, her giggle a beacon, like sunlight through redwoods, as she chose spots for her art. "Here," she said, pointing, her trust a tide pulling us closer. I handed Sarah a frame, our fingers brushing. A quiet step toward healing, like earth settling beneath sequoias. Chloe joined, her energy bright, suggesting we add her piano music to the walls, a melody pinned in sketches, like waves meeting the shore. Liam carried tools, his nod steady, his help a bridge from our robot project, his guard lower, like coastal cliffs softened by time. The mansion, once sterile, began to glow, its halls alive with their touches, not wealth but love. Sarah's eyes met mine, her smile tentative, like starlight piercing mist, a silent vow to try again. The locket warmed my chest, Emily's memory guiding, her joy alive in Lily's art, blending past with present. I feared this bond, its fragility like Emily's absence, but their presence Sarah's calm. The children's warmth urged me forward, a family taking shape, rooted in small acts, whispering of a home we might build together. We planned a family picnic by the Pacific, the idea born from Lily's drawings of us under trees, a step to solidify our bond, like roots seeking deeper earth. Sarah packed a basket, her movement steady, while I helped Chloe fold blankets, her chatter bright, like wind through coastal pines. Liam checked the map, his voice calm, suggesting a spot near the redwoods, his trust a spark, like sunlight through fog. We didn't speak of the check or our rift, letting the act of planning weave us closer, like tides carving sand. Lily drew a picnic scene, her crayons vibrant, pinning it beside her other art. A vision of us together, like sequoias standing tall. The mansion's walls, once cold, reflected our warmth, their glass glowing with drawings and plans, a home reborn. Sarah's hand grazed mine, her touch grounding, a quiet promise, like earth beneath roots. The locket glowed, Emily's spirit urging me to embrace this moment, her laughter alive in their voices. I feared this hope, its weight like her memory, but their smiles, Lily's joy, Chloe's spark, Liam's nod, held me fast, a bond growing stronger. "This'll be fun," Sarah said, her voice soft, a truth rooted in trust. The redwoods outside whispered resilience, guiding us toward a future where pain might weave something whole, a family forged in shared moments and care. In the garden, we prepared for the picnic, the Pacific's rhythm a steady pulse, like our family's heartbeat, the air alive with laughter. Lily strung fairy lights, her grin bright, while Chloe tested a portable speaker, her music blending with the coastal breeze, like starlight over the ocean. Liam packed a soccer ball, his ease natural, his trust solid, like earth beneath sequoias, built through our shared work. Sarah and I arranged sandwiches, our hands moving in sync, like tides meeting the shore, our teamwork seamless after our reconciliation. The locket warmed, Emily's presence a guide, her joy in their laughter, weaving past with present. The mansion's halls, lined with Lily's art, glowed with our plans, no longer sterile but a home, reflecting a family taking shape. Sarah's eyes met mine, her nod warm, like sunlight through redwoods, a silent pledge to keep building. I feared this love, its depth like Emily's absence, but their warmth, Lily's giggles, Chloe's song, Liam's calm anchored me, a bond one couldn't deny. "We're ready," I said, my voice firm, a vow to hold this family close. The redwoods stood tall, their whispers urging endurance, guiding us toward a future where scars might bloom into something whole, a family rooted in trust. The picnic, simple but profound, was our next step, a testament to love reborn. Like waves shaping a new coast. In my Silicon Valley mansion, Sarah returned with Lily, Liam, and Chloe, their footsteps soft on the polished floors. The Pacific's pulse a gentle welcome beyond the glass. No words revisited our rift. Instead, Sarah's faint smile, like sunlight through coastal redwoods, signaled a fresh start. We sat in the living room, Lily sketching stars, her trust unbroken, a tide pulling us close. I handed her crayons, my touch light, the locket in my pocket warm. Emily's memory guiding me to stay present. Sarah unpacked a bag, her movements calm, like earth settling after rain, while I helped Chloe with her piano music, her notes steady, echoing Emily's. Liam tinkered with his bike in the garage, and I joined him, our hands greasy, his nod easy, like roots finding soil. The mansion, once cold, glowed with their presence, its walls reflecting warmth, not silence. We didn't probe the past, Sarah's pride, my misstep, but shared a quiet meal, the clink of plates a rhythm, like waves lapping the shore. Lily's new drawing, a family under a moon, hung beside Emily's, their lines entwined, like sequoias standing tall. I feared this piece, its fragility like Emily's laughter, but Sarah's gaze, steady as coastal cliffs, anchored me, urging us to rebuild without words. The redwoods' whispers outside echoed resilience, guiding us toward a home rooted in silent trust. Woven through simple acts of care, evening brought us to the garden, where Sarah and I planted flowers, our hands brushing earth, the Pacific's hum a steady heartbeat under starlight. No questions lingered. Her presence, calm as tides meeting sand, was enough. Lily watered plants, her giggles bright, while Chloe tested a drone, her laughter soaring, like wind through coastal pines. Liam fixed a garden light, his focus sharp, his trust reborn, like earth beneath roots after our robot's success. I passed him a tool, our silence warm, a bond rebuilt through shared work. Like sequoias enduring fire, Sarah's smile, soft but sure, met mine, her hand grazing my arm, a quiet vow, like sunlight piercing fog. We didn't speak of the check or past hurts, letting simple acts, planting, fixing, laughing, mend our scars. The mansion's glass walls reflected our harmony, no longer sterile but alive with their voices, a home taking shape. The locket glowed, Emily's spirit a guide, her joy alive in Lily's dance, weaving past with present. I feared this love, its depth like Emily's memory, but their warmth, Sarah's touch, the children's trust, grounded me. A tide I couldn't resist. "This is nice," I said, my voice low, a truth rooted in hope. The redwoods stood tall, their whispers urging endurance, guiding us toward a future where pain might bloom into something whole, a family forged in quiet care. By morning, we gathered in the kitchen, the Pacific's rhythm blending with the scent of coffee. The mansion alive with our shared life. Sarah flipped pancakes, her ease natural, while I helped Lily pour syrup, her grin bright, like starlight over the ocean. Chloe shared a school story, her energy infectious as Liam set plates, his smile subtle, his trust steady, like coastal earth. We moved as one, our care for each other seamless, like tides carving the shore. No trace of past tension. The locket warmed my chest, Emily's presence a guide, her laughter echoing in their voices, blending seamlessly with our present. The dining room glowed, its glass walls reflecting a family, not fragile but strong, a tapestry of shared moments. Sarah's eyes met mine, her nod quiet, like sunlight through sequoias, a silent thanks for this new beginning. Lily pinned a drawing, us in the garden, beside her moonlit sketch, its colors vibrant, a testament to our bond. I feared this joy, its weight like Emily's absence, but their presence Sarah's calm. The children's trust held me close, a bond one couldn't deny. "We're here," Sarah said, her voice soft, a pledge rooted deep. The redwoods outside whispered resilience, their shadows guiding us toward a home where love might heal all scars, a family woven in trust and simple acts, reborn in silent unity. We stood in our Silicon Valley Community Center, its walls bare but ready for a mural, the Pacific's hum a faint pulse outside, urging us to create. Sarah and I launched a kids' art program, a shared dream born from Lily's drawings. Our purpose not wealth but healing, like roots weaving through coastal earth. I set up easels, my hands steady, while Sarah guided young artists, her voice soft, like sunlight through redwoods. Lily painted stars, her joy radiant, teaching others her fearless strokes, a tide of hope. Chloe led a music class, her piano notes bright, blending with laughter, while Liam showed kids robotics. His patience steady, echoing David's skill. Their happiness, Lily's giggles, Chloe's spark, Liam's grin, was proof our family thrived, like sequoias enduring fire. The locket warmed my chest. Emily's memory a guide, her spirit alive in the children's art, weaving past with present. My wealth funded supplies, but our hands built this, a community alive with color, not gold. Sarah's gaze met mine, her smile warm, like starlight over the ocean, reflecting our shared pride. The mansion, our home, glowed with their drawings, no longer sterile but vibrant. I feared this purpose, its depth like Emily's absence, but their joy held me fast, urging us forward. The redwoods' whispers echoed resilience, guiding us toward a life where scars might bloom into something whole, rooted in love. The mural grew, kids' brushes dancing, guided by Sarah's calm, her artist's eye shaping chaos into beauty. Like tides carving the shore, I helped Lily mix paints, her trust a beacon, her stars blending with others' dreams, like coastal fog lifting to reveal light. Chloe's music filled the air, her melodies a heartbeat, while Liam's robot demo sparked awe, his confidence bright, like sunlight through pines. We worked as one, our family leading, not owning, this space. Our purpose found in giving, not gain, like earth nurturing roots. Parents thanked us, their kids' smiles mirroring ours, a community reborn through art, not wealth. The locket glowed. Emily's joy alive in Lily's laughter, her legacy woven into this mural, a tapestry of shared hope. Sarah's hand brushed mine, her touch grounding, like sequoias standing tall. Her pride in our work a quiet vow. The center's walls, once plain, burst with color, reflecting our family's healing, no longer bound by past pain. I feared this joy, its weight like Emily's memory. But the children's happiness, Lily's art, Chloe's song, Liam's skill, was proof we'd found meaning. We're making a difference, Sarah said, her voice firm, a truth rooted deep. The redwoods outside whispered endurance, urging us to nurture this purpose, guiding us toward a future where love might heal all wounds, a family forged in shared creation. By evening, the mural shone, stars, trees, dreams, a testament to our work, the Pacific's rhythm a steady pulse, like our family's heartbeat. Lily pinned her drawing beside it, a family under redwoods. Its lines vibrant, mirroring the center's art, her joy a tide binding us. Chloe played a final tune, her notes soaring, while Liam's robot danced, kids cheering, his grin wide. Like starlight over the ocean, Sarah and I stood together, our hands stained with paint, our purpose clear, like earth beneath coastal cliffs. The community center buzzed, alive with voices. A haven we built, not with wealth but love, like sequoias thriving after fire. The locket warmed, Emily's spirit guiding, her laughter in the children's, blending past with present. Parents joined us, their gratitude warm, their kids' art a mirror to our healing, a community rooted in hope. Sarah's eyes met mine, her nod soft, like sunlight through redwoods. A silent pledge to keep building. I feared this love, its depth like Emily's absence, but their happiness, Lily's stars, Chloe's music, Liam's spark, was undeniable, a truth etched in paint. This is enough, I said, my voice steady, a vow to live for this. The redwoods stood tall, their whispers urging resilience, guiding us toward a home where scars might weave something whole. A family and community reborn in art and trust. Under the Silicon Valley stars, Sarah and I stood on our mansion's porch, the Pacific's pulse a soft rhythm weaving through the night. No grand gestures marked this moment. Instead, I handed her Emily's locket, its tiny photo gleaming, a symbol of my past now hers. We're in this together, I said, my voice low. Like earth settling beneath redwoods, a vow rooted in our shared scars. Sarah's eyes, warm as sunlight through coastal pines, met mine, and she pressed a folded drawing into my hand. Lily's sketch of our family, stars above, a quiet pledge of her trust. Her fingers lingered, steady like tides meeting the shore, sealing our commitment. Not with rings, but with shared history. Lily slept inside, her crayon scattered, while Chloe's piano notes drifted and Liam's robot hummed, their presence a testament to our bond. Like sequoias enduring fire, the mansion glowed, no longer sterile but a home, its glass walls reflecting our love, woven through art and pain. We didn't need wealth or fanfare. Our choice was simple. Like coastal fog lifting to reveal light. I feared this love, its depth like Emily's absence, but Sarah's touch grounded me, a tide I couldn't resist. The redwood's whispers urged resilience, guiding us toward a future where scars might bloom into something whole, a family chosen in quiet trust. We sat on the porch swing, the locket and lilies drawing between us. The Pacifics hum a steady heartbeat, like our commitment taking root. Sarah spoke of David, his dreams for their children, her voice soft, blending with my memories of Emily's laughter. Like waves lapping coastal sand. We're not replacing them, she said, her hand on mine, but building something new. I nodded, the locket warm, Emily's spirit guiding, not a weight but a spark. Alive in Lily's stars, Chloe's music, Liam's skill. Inside, the children's creations, drawings, melodies, robots filled our home, a tapestry of love, not loss, like roots entwining beneath sequoias. We chose each other, not with words of marriage, but a vow to raise these children, to heal together, like earth nurturing growth. Sarah's smile, faint but fierce, mirrored my resolve. A bond forged in shared mornings, art, and tears. The mansion's glow wrapped us, its walls no longer cold but vibrant, reflecting our family's strength. I feared this promise. Its weight like Emily's memory, but Sarah's presence, steady as coastal cliffs, held me fast, urging us to stay. For them, I said, my voice firm, a pledge for Lily, Chloe, Liam, and us. The redwoods stood tall, their whispers of endurance guiding us toward a life where pain might weave something whole, a family rooted in chosen love. As dawn broke, we walked the garden. The Pacific's rhythm blending with birdsong, the locket and lilies drawing in my pocket, symbols of our vow, like starlight over the ocean. Sarah's hand slipped into mine, her touch warm. Like sunlight through redwoods, a quiet affirmation of our choice. Inside, Lily woke, her giggle bright, pinning a new drawing. Us under a tree, beside her others, its lines vibrant. A mirror to our bond. Chloe played piano, her notes soaring, while Liam tested his robot, his grin easy, their happiness proof of our purpose, like tides carving the shore. We joined them. The mansion alive with laughter, its glass walls reflecting a family, not fragile but strong, woven through shared scars and dreams. Sarah's eyes met mine, her nod soft. A silent promise to keep choosing this life, like earth beneath sequoias. The locket glowed, Emily's joy alive in their voices, blending past with present, a guide to our future. I feared this love. Its depth like her absence, but their warmth, Sarah's trust, the children's joy anchored me, a bond one couldn't deny. We're enough, I said, my voice steady, a truth rooted deep. The redwood's whispers urged resilience, guiding us toward a home where pain might bloom into something whole, a family forged in quiet vows, chosen through love and trust. In our Silicon Valley dining room, the Pacific's pulse blended with the scent of roasted chicken, the table aglow under candlelight, a haven of warmth. Sarah carved the meal, her smile soft, while Lily passed plates, her giggles bright, like starlight over coastal waves. Chloe played a gentle piano tune, her notes weaving joy, as Liam shared a robot design, his grin wide. Like sunlight through redwoods. The locket rested in my pocket, Emily's spirit alive in their laughter, guiding our family, like roots beneath sequoias. We ate, the clink of forks a rhythm. Like tides lapping the shore, the mansion's glass walls reflecting our love, no longer cold but vibrant. I'd lost Emily, my heart shattered, yet this family, Sarah's strength, Lily's trust. Chloe's spark, Liam's resolve, taught me to love again, a second chance born from fire and scars. Sarah's hand brushed mine, her gaze warm, a tide of gratitude, mirroring my own. Lily's drawing hung above, our family under stars, its colors vivid, proof of our journey from loss to wholeness. I feared this happiness, its depth like Emily's memory, but their voices held me fast. A bond rooted deep. The redwoods' whispers urged resilience outside, guiding us toward a future where pain bloomed into love. If you found a second chance, share your story. Let's weave hope together, like waves shaping the coast. As dusk settled, we cleared plates, the Pacifics hum a steady heartbeat, our family moving as one. Like earth nurturing coastal pines, Sarah washed dishes, her calm grounding, while I dried, our hands in sync, like roots entwining beneath redwoods. Lily danced. Her latest sketch, a moonlit garden, pinned beside her others, its lines vibrant, a mirror to our healing. Chloe taught Liam a piano chord, their laughter bright, blending with the mansion's warmth. No longer sterile, but alive with love. I reflected on our path, the fire, Emily's loss, Sarah's grief, our misunderstandings, each scar a thread in this tapestry, like sequoias enduring storms. My wealth built walls, but their trust, Lily's plea, Liam's robot, Chloe's song, Sarah's painting, rebuilt me, teaching that love, not gold, heals. The locket glowed, Emily's joy guiding. Her absence a spark, not a chain, alive in their smiles. Sarah's touch lingered, her eyes reflecting our shared purpose, like starlight over the ocean, a vow to keep loving. The dining room pulsed. Our home a sanctuary, its glass walls reflecting a family forged in fire. I feared this joy, its weight like Emily's memory, but their presence anchored me, a tide I couldn't resist. We made it, I said, my voice soft, a truth rooted deep. The redwood stood tall, urging endurance, guiding us toward wholeness. Share your story of second chances, let's inspire hope. Like waves carving a new shore. By night, we sat on the porch, the Pacific's rhythm a lullaby, stars above mirroring Lily's drawings, a canopy of hope. Sarah leaned against me, her warmth steady. Like coastal cliffs, while Lily curled beside us, her sketchbook open, stars and redwoods glowing. Chloe strummed a guitar, her melody soft, as Liam sketched a robot, his focus calm. Their happiness proof of our love, like tides shaping sand. I held the locket, Emily's smile alive in their faces, guiding me from loss to this family, a second chance woven through pain. I'd once lived for wealth, but the fire, Sarah's strength, the children's trust, Lily's art, Chloe's music, Liam's skill showed me purpose lies in connection, like roots beneath sequoias. Our journey, grief, rifts, healing taught me to embrace vulnerability, to love despite fear, a lesson carved in coastal earth. Sarah's hand found mine, her nod quiet, like sunlight through fog. A pledge to stay. The mansion glowed behind us, our home vibrant, its walls reflecting a family whole, not broken. I feared this love, its depth like Emily's absence, but their light held me. A bond unbreakable. We're enough, I said, my voice firm, a truth etched in stars. The redwood's whispers urged resilience, guiding us toward a future of love. If second chances shaped you, share your tale. Let's build hope, like waves crafting a new dawn.